A federal court has stepped in at the 11th hour to temporarily halt President Donald Trump's decision to gut the humanitarian agency USAID. It comes as the United Nations warned millions of people would die if the funding was pulled as planned. Senior correspondent Lisette Raymer reports.
Leaving the West Wing for a weekend getaway to Florida, Donald Trump celebrated another week of head-shaking headline-making with a wave and a fist pump, leaving a flurry of orders behind him. Not just promising the end of paper straws, but the end of USAID, declaring in a post, "Close it down."
Elon is doing a great job. He's finding tremendous fraud and corruption and waste.
The president's cost cutter-in-chief, Elon Musk, has led the shutdown. Yes! Dismissing what is the world's biggest aid agency as part of the woke agenda.
These are some of the insane priorities that organization has been spending money on. $1.5 million to advance DEI in Serbia's workplaces, $70,000 for a production of a DEI musical in Ireland, $47,000 for a transgender opera in Colombia, $32,000 for a transgender comic book in Peru.
Those programs mentioned are worth less than $2 million, just 0.005% of the total USAID budget. That budget, at $43 billion, is just 0.7% of total federal spending. But the consequences of cutting it will be deadly, with key projects such as PEPFAR, which ensures 20 million people receive HIV treatment, now hanging in the balance.
So as UNAIDS, we estimate that if PEPFAR wasn't reauthorized between 2025 and 2029 and other resources were not found for the HIV response, there would be a 400% increase in AIDS death. That's 6.3 million people.
The agency's more than 10,000 staff were set to be culled to just 611 essential workers overnight. But as the midnight deadline drew closer, the federal court intervened, issuing a temporary order that will save around 2,000 jobs for now. Trump's barrage of executive actions have been prompting protests across America and concern across the world. 79 countries have now released a joint letter condemning the president's recent decision to place sanctions on the International Criminal Court for its treatment of Israel, including issuing an arrest warrant for Benjamin Netanyahu over alleged war crimes. New Zealand did not sign the letter, but has reiterated our consistent support for the ICC's role in upholding the international rules-based system.
The International Criminal Court is its essential element, and it must be allowed to work in full independence.
To complete his third week in office, Trump has also announced in a late-night post that he is stripping the former president, Joe Biden, of his security clearance, ending his access to classified information. "Joe, you're fired," he typed. The new season of Donald Trump as sensational as ever.